We tend to underestimate the power of thanksgiving and praise when we don't feel like it. What do you do when you don't feel like being thankful? What do you do when everything's going wrong? Never underestimate the power of thanksgiving. In Acts chapter 16, we have the story of Paul and Silas trying to plant a church in Philippi. It wasn't going very well. They only had gathered a few women, and then they cast a demon out of a slave girl who had been predicting the future. Her owners got very upset, had Paul and Silas brutally beaten, thrown into prison, put in stocks, and they were awaiting trial. I don't know about you, but that would have been a time when it would have been easy for me to complain and gripe about my situation, to get discouraged because things were going badly. But that's not what they did. In Acts chapter 16, verse 25, they used the power of praise and thanksgiving when they didn't feel like it. Look at what it says. About midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God, and the prisoners were listening to them. They were singing hymns to God. What hymns were they singing? Well, they probably were singing that most popular hymn in Israel's religious history, "Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, his love endures forever." Well, they're singing hymns to God, and then look at what happens in verse 26. Suddenly there was such a violent earthquake that the foundation of the jail was shaken, and immediately all the doors were open and everybody's chains came loose. God set them free when they exercised the power of praise and thanksgiving, even though they didn't feel like it. God not only set them free, but he set everybody in the prison free. Yay, God. He sent a specific little earthquake just for that prison to do what needed to be done to set them free. But that's not all that happened. When the jailer woke up and saw the doors of the prison open, he was very concerned about what's going to happen. And in verse 29, then the jailer called for the lights and rushed in and fell down trembling before Paul and Silas. And then he escorted them out. He brought them into freedom, and he said, "Sirs, what must I do to be saved?" The power of thanksgiving not only set the prisoners free, but it led to people being saved. The jailer, an influential man in that town, a man that they really needed a man to build this church around, and his whole family. They all came to Christ. And it all happened because God worked a powerful miracle, but that did not happen until they first gave thanks and praise God. Maybe there's some big things God wants to do for you. Maybe things aren't going so well for you right now. Never underestimate the power of thanksgiving to free prisoners and save souls. This week, and today especially, take time to thank God for all the blessings that he's given you.